happy that you decided to do this webinar, because I know you can create a better life for yourself and others around you when you see your own light, when you aligned with your soul purpose. My name is Anya Deva. I am a healer and a meditation coach. And when my clients come to me with all sorts of problems, physical, chronic diseases, emotional problems, mental problems, I look at them and I see their light. I see that mesmerizing beauty of their soul, of their spirit. But the problem is that they cannot see it. Most people are identifying with their problems, with their diseases, with their programs that run them, with their thought patterns, with something that's not them. And that negative that is not them becoming their identity, and now they live by the rules of that issues that they themselves invented. But when I see the creator, the brilliant creator that you are, that's behind all that shield of stuff, my biggest desire is to make you aware and bring your attention to your own light within. Because when you are there, you can truly heal from any chronic disease, from any emotional pattern, and from any mental pattern in life that just drives you crazy and drives you to the ditch. And this is why I have created this webinar. I just want to reach as many people as possible, because I know if we all would live our lives connected to our own life, connected to our own light, and connected to our own soul purpose, and actually to our own life that streams from the divine source, we would right now be living the heaven on earth. So let's begin by asking one simple question. Why are you here? Why did you decide to leave the world of oneness with God, that blissful place, and as a soul incarnate into this physical reality, into this realm of duality where there is poverty, there is struggle, there is suffering? Why? What drove you here? It must be something really big. And it is. That was the desire of your soul. It was no desire to breed. It was no desire to survive, our basic desires. It was a much bigger desire. Something that feels like a mission, like a goal, like ego death. Something bigger than you. If you are lost in life, feel lost, or run after opportunities, but never really stay with one thing, if you feel uninspired, heavy, and depressed, and even if you're making lots of money and have wonderful family and friends, but somehow you're not fulfilled and satisfied with your life, you will benefit from answering this question. And if you have a chronic disease and cannot get rid of it, no matter what you try, you will benefit from answering this question. There are several ways you can take to your soul desire, and some of them are express ways such as drinking ayahuasca or taking medicinal mushrooms, for example. And some of them take a little bit more conscious effort from your side because they involve practice. And that's what I offer you here in this webinar. So one of the ways is actually to remembering your childhood dreams. Children between ages of 2 and 6 operate in theta brainwaves. That's a state of deep meditation. And in this state, we're very open, very programmable, and because we're still very young, we still are very much connected to the desire of our soul. We didn't forget it yet. The programs are just happening to us. They didn't cover it up yet. So it's still kind of on the surface. Actually, when we will be doing the meditation, which will bring you to the theta state, that state in itself will help you to surface all that memories. So they'll just come to you. It will be effortless. Another path is, believe it or not, is connecting to your biggest fears. Because often in life, we begin to, as we get programmed by the society and culture, we begin to deny ourselves our deepest desire. And so the fear occurs, but behind this fear is always the truth that leads us to who we are. That theta state is a magic door to your inner being, to your inner light. And it's a bridge that connects the conscious mind and subconscious mind. So while you're in theta state in deep meditation, not only you can connect to your true self, but also you can clear lots of unconscious programs that run you, that run your life, and with which you identify as yourself, even though they're not. And that's why deep meditation has always been so therapeutic and so helpful in bringing our light to the surface of our being. In his research and the book, Power versus Force, David Hawkins, MD, PhD, did a kinesiology testing or muscle testing on humans. And what he found out was the lowest vibration corresponds in humans, and we're vibrational beings, corresponds to the emotions of shame, guilt, apathy, grief, and fear. And the highest vibration corresponds to enjoyment, peace, love, enlightenment, joy. The question is, where are you on the average every day? What is your basic vibration? Is it the shame, guilt, apathy, fear? Or are you creating your life from love, joy, and peace? And the highest vibration that's shown in purple, the ultimate consciousness, is who you truly are. You are the ultimate consciousness. But many people carrying the fear and grief and apathy in their subconsciousness, that's the subconscious programs. And so they identify with this, and now they create their life from that. But this is not who you are. You are the ultimate consciousness, and your vibration is very high. And so the purpose of this work and this meditation that we'll be doing is to raise your vibration and experience yourself being who you truly are, the unlimited consciousness that can create love, peace, joy, and experience enlightenment every moment in your life here on earth. The meditation that we will be practicing, that will bring us to the light of our soul and let us experience ourselves as soul, pure soul, is based on chakra system. It's an ancient Indian Vedic knowledge. And in this slide here, I want to show you the correlation between the chakra system and his consciousness scale by David Hawkins. And you'll see that shame, guilt, apathy, fear is our blockages of the lower chakras. They're low vibration entities. And the vibration of the higher chakras correspond to the peace, joy, love, and enlightenment, being in light of your own soul. So what we will be doing is we will be elevating with this meditation our vibration and connecting to the highest vibration that we are, that we as ultimate consciousness exist, and shining that light down to the lower chakras, removing the blockages that we have that show up as guilt, shame, and fear. And those correspond to our subconscious programs in our subconsciousness, in the darkness of our subconsciousness. The spiritual yogic tools that we will be using in our practice are chakras. They're the energy centers, vortexes of energy, galaxies within, aspects of you corresponding with level of consciousness, frequency, glands, hormones, organs, chemistry, and plexus of neurons in your body. So we will be working with this sort of like concentrated energy, energies in your body by connecting to each center. And we keep talking about the desire of your soul, but each of these centers of yours has its own desire, and it's connected with the basic survival here. So I just want to quickly make you aware of the desires of the chakras, because they do exist and we need to satisfy them, or we need to ascend them to connect to our biggest desire. So let's talk about the Muladhara, the base chakra. The desire of that is survival, security, physical comfort, basic biological needs, and shelter. And that's why Muladhara is so connected with fear, fear of survival. That has to be taken care of. You have to address this desire to elevate yourself higher. You need to be in a safe environment, basically, to be able to meditate and connect with your soul purpose. The second one is Svadhisthana, a very strong desire to create family, for reproduction, for connected with emotions and sexuality, a huge desire. When this is not satisfied or transcended, like monks would transcend it, normal person would just satisfy it and have a nice family and have a partner, life partner. So it really helps to either satisfy or transcend these desires for you to go high. The next one is Manipura, which is fire energy. It's connected with will, power, desire to control, desire for authority, to establish yourself as a powerful person, domination. In this world, it's also connected with survival, but like on a different way. It's not like basic survival, it's more like dominating everyone else and becoming like number one. So it's a center of the ego, sometimes people say. That has to be addressed in a positive way. You have to feel like a successful person or transcend that desire. Anahata, the heart center, has a desire of connection, love, sharing, selfless service, compassion. And that is of a higher vibration. Here we move closer to our true being. Through the heart, we can really connect to our soul. Actually, heart connects to the ninth chakra directly, and the seventh chakra and ninth chakra directly, bypassing the mind. So that's why people say, listen to your heart, because it has the mind that is directly linked to the spirit. Vishuddha, desire for knowledge, for self-expression, to desire to create theories, to understand. It's very a mind of a scientific person, construct different ways of understanding of this reality. That's Vishuddha. The desire to know is the world, understand the world, is one of the supreme desires, because it's based on our natural curiosity and desire to create. Ajna, the third eye, that's a doorway, just like the heart. It's a doorway to knowing who we truly are. And the desire here is to know, but to know our deep self. Vishuddha is exploring the universe around us, external universe. Ajna is desire to know and explore the internal universe. Close our eyes and go within and see what's there. This is a big step towards remembering who we truly are. And then seventh chakra is a seat of pure consciousness. And then we're going to go beyond seventh chakra. There are, in my experience, there are higher and higher realms that Vedic texts don't talk about because it's just too involved. But there are higher and higher realms beyond seventh chakra. And in a 12 chakra system, the 8th chakra, in the 8th chakra, we transcend space and time. We access parallel universes, and we have access to Akashic records. And this is where we can access all potentialities in making. Just like Joe Dispenza talks about his book, Becoming Supernatural. His practice is very much based on the same principles that I use, and the symbol here is a symbol of Kundalini rising with activating the pineal gland and realizing your true self right here, the crown. So we'll be using this method. She's using the same thing, and that's this yogic method that is at least 5,000 years old. Pure esoteric science of our energetical structure, and now we're just tapping into understanding of it with our scientific mind. Now we're linking the science with the esoteric science, or what people knew about the structure of a human being since a long time ago. Now we just try to remember it again. So accessing quantum world, the quantum physics. The rules of this material world do not apply to this world of quantum physics, but from this realm we can collapse energy into matter, and that's how we create in this reality. Amazing. And finally, the 9th chakra is the seat of our soul, and through that center we can access your soul's code or higher purpose. And this is our goal, and the goal of this practice, and the goal and purpose of this webinar, going all the way to the 9th, the most magical number of all. I mentioned the scientific research that has been done to support the findings of ancient yogis. So here I want to talk about physiological and electromagnetic effects of pranayama. Deep breathing activates the flow of cerebrospinal fluid to the brain, and it creates charged inductance field, and it stimulates pineal gland. Pineal gland, or specifically calcite crystals in the pineal gland, has piezoelectric properties, so they can transfer their physical pressure applied to them through breathing. They transfer it to electromagnetic energy. And so when this happens, pineal gland gives off more neurotransmitter melatonin. It produces melatonin. The higher frequency, in turn, that created by the torus field, when we do the pranayama, we're breathing and we activate all this flow of fluids, cerebrospinal fluid, we also activate the electromagnetic field around our body. That's torus field. This higher vibration alters melatonin into pinealin and then turns it into DMT. And DMT is a chemical that causes a transcendental experience. It's also a chemical that's produced by the body in massive amount in times of death. But this time we're not going to be dying. We will be just elevating ourselves a little bit higher, simulating like very subtle type of ego death, but we actually going to be staying in the body. So when we use pranayama, the energy from the first 3 centers is activated and it's moving up the spine into the brain. And that torus field that I mentioned before of electromagnetic energy is amplified around us. And when the pineal gland gets activated, our reverse torus field becomes stronger. We always have both of them, but during the practice we make them very strong. And so the reverse torus fold draws the energy into the crown chakra, flooding it and bringing more energy from unified field of collective consciousness, the ninth chakra. And since energy is frequency and it carries information, we receive the information from the source during this meditation. And that's how we become sorcerers. And here I want to give you the ancient symbology of the process that we just described using scientific terms. And that symbology existed since a long time ago. So the symbol of Caduceus, the staff of Greek god Hermes, he was a messenger between the realms of gods and humans. So realms of gods, the high chakras, realms of humans, the lower chakras, basic survival. And with activation of that energy, god Hermes was bringing the messages from our higher self to our conscious mind, and so that we can create here from the higher, our divine self realms. And so during our practice here, we will be activating our god Hermes within, so he'll be the messenger for us. But really it's that torus field that brings that energy from the unified field. In India, this is a symbol of rising Kundalini, right? That energy that will be activating from the first three chakras, that will be raising, spiraling around the spine, reaching the pineal gland. And in this picture you see the pine cone, that's a symbol of pineal gland. Activation of pineal gland gives us the wings of the spirit, the wings to fly. And in Indian tradition, the pineal gland was depicted as linga of Shiva, the lingam, that sacred lingam of Shiva. This is what they were worshipping. It's a pineal gland. It actually looks like a tiny little phallus inside of our brain, only a size of a large grain of rice, but works really, really well. So all as gods and all as aspects of ourselves is all parts of us, because there is nothing that exists that is not you. And knowing that, now we can penetrate through different realms of ourselves and go to the highest spheres and to the deepest spheres ourselves, and bringing that inner light, that internal being, the inner being of who we truly are, the beings of light and love, to the surface, and really experiencing ourselves as pure souls, pure light. Before we dive into the practice, are you guys nervous? I want to inspire you to make it a familiar place, a habit, to go to your ninth chakra, to connect to your soul purpose, where you can consult your higher self in any critical situations. You'll have the right answers, where you can reconnect to your light and light up and inspire people around you, where you can stay aligned with your soul purpose, and even through the darkest time in your life, you can create fulfillment, peace, wisdom, joy, and elevate this earthly realm and create the heaven on earth for you and the people that you love. Amen. Let's begin. We will begin our practice with a very powerful pranayama technique. It's called 9 breath method. And the aim of this practice is to stop our thinking mind and begin raising the vibration and energy to our higher chakras, to our head. This is how it goes. You're going to sit comfortably in a chair, your legs parallel to each other. And we're gonna rock. And when you rock forward, you exhale, violent exhale, all the way. And then when you rock back, full chest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Deep breath. Exhale, and 9th. Deep and hold. Swallow the breath and hold, hold, hold. You'll feel this rush of energy. You feel maybe a little bit dizzy almost in your head. Hold that feeling and slowly, slowly, slowly exhale. You will feel almost like a pressure in your brain when you hold that breath. That's why it's very important to sit down, because you might feel a little bit dizzy, but it just means more oxygen and more blood flow goes to your brain. It nourishes your brain. It brings a lot of energy and activating your brain, because we will be using a big task of jumping to our higher consciousness. And it's all happening in the brain centers that we are really using. So it's like we discover a new muscle right now, and we begin training that muscle of you connecting to your higher consciousness. So let's do it together. 9 breath method. Let's begin. Exhale. 4, 5, 6, all the way. 7, 8, 9, biggest. Hold, swallow. Feel the rush. I feel such a rush of energy that I can't open my eyes. All my being vibrates so intensively, and I kind of like black out a little bit, but I've experienced profound silence. And if I do this breath time more than 3 times, I pop out of my body. It's very similar to DMT experience, I'm telling you that. Very much the same sensations. So I suggest you do this breath 2 more times. Do it 3 times altogether. Again, if you do it more than 3, you might pop out of your body. And make sure to do it intensively. We will finish with the 9th breath right now, and we're going to be going to our next meditation, which will be pranayama, breathing, and singing bija mantras for each chakra, activating them and bringing the energy of Kundalini energy higher and higher and higher, gradually to every chakra. We'll be grounding ourselves so we don't lose the sight of this earth, and being grounded and safe will raise all our vibration, all of our energy, all the way to the pineal gland, the 7th chakra, going all the way up to the 9th chakra. I want to remind you during this meditation that I'll show you next to really utilize your breath, to really squeeze all your internal muscles of pelvic floor and your abdominal muscles when you do the bija mantras. When you do LAM, inhale, tighten your pelvic floor, all the muscles in the bottom, tighten it, and then sing LAM, really squeezing your diaphragm. And when you do Vam, same thing. Inhale here, squeeze the pelvic floor, and then Vam, Vam, Vam. Same thing with the third chakra, Ram, Yam, Hum, Aum, Aing. And then we'll go in silence to the ninth chakra. Let's begin. Hey guys, this meditation is to raise your vibration and to connect to the higher self. And when you connect to your higher self, you will be able to remember your soul purpose. The very reason why you decided to incarnate into this space-time reality. And you will remember this deepest, most profound desire to create something in this world, to experience something in this world that drove you with such force to be born in this time and in space. And this piece of information is very crucial, because when you stay in line and aligned to your soul purpose, that power, that energy, that light that streams from your higher self will propel you on your path in this lifetime with such force that you will succeed, that you will achieve amazing results, that you would not be derailed or confused. It's confusion and forgetting who we truly are is what causing us to get lost, and then we find ourselves in some really dark places, and it takes so much effort to, pull ourselves back to the track. So remembering who you are is the most important thing that you can do for yourself in this lifetime. And as little children, we still remember that, because our children's dreams, whatever the biggest dreams that you had when you were a child, that correspond to your life mission somehow. And then when you grow up, we forget, and we start to get involved in all the survival games, and we forget why we're here. And so thank you for being here. I'm so happy that you're joining me today, because practicing this alignment meditation will help you to remember, so that you can be successful, so that you can enjoy your life, and you will be fulfilled with the results. So let's begin. First, we will align and open chakras, and we will raise vibration of every chakra. And so we'll start from the earth center, and we're going to be moving upwards to the crown chakra, which is the entrance, the doorway to higher self. And then we'll go to this angelic realms and meet your spirit guides and connect to the very source. And I suggest doing this meditation on a daily basis, even before you have breakfast, so that your day unfolds perfectly. I will show you mudras for each chakra, and also mantra, seed bija mantra for each chakra. And the vibration of the meditation is vibrational, because we are all vibration, we all are vibration in space, and everything is a vibration, right? So we will reconnect and activate ourselves in this very fundamental way. As a vibrational beings, you will be able to purify yourself and purify chakras, which are energy transformers in our body, with these mantras. Chakras can get blocked with energy that gets stuck there, and then like negative beliefs and their fears and their negative emotions. So with this very simple mantra meditation, you will be able to almost like dissolve the blocks. The high vibration of the mantras work like a laser beam that breaks like a kidney stones almost. So we will, with our intentions, we will direct the sound in each chakra, and we will aid this focus with the another tool, spiritual tool that exists for a long time. It's called mudra, and they're finger gestures that help to direct the energy a certain way in your body. So let's begin with Muladhara chakra, the earth element. It represents stability, security in your life, basic survival. So the mudra is connecting pinky, which is apana prana, downward moving energy, and the basic prana here. And you put your feet on the ground. You can sit normal like this. The mantra is Lam, Lam, Lam. Allow the mantra to vibrate in the base of your spine, and imagine the energy going, the sound of the mantra going through your feet and going into the center of the earth and hitting the very center and coming back to you as a wave. So with this mantra, we're saying hello to the earth element in the universe, but also to the earth, the physical earth, the planet on which we live. And we're singing to the earth, and you will hear earth replying back to you energetically. It's a beautiful feeling. And listening for the echo from the earth. You said hello to the earth, and it says hello back to you. It's such a comforting feeling. When I do the mantra Lam, I feel like the earth is nurturing me like a little baby, like the Mother Earth, holding me in her arms, her hands. And I feel so loved, and I feel so secure and safe. And so whenever you feel insecure in life or threatened, just connecting to the earth, connecting and singing to the earth, or just breathing that energy to the earth, and it will send that love back to you. So stay grounded, and this is a technique to do that. The next one is the water element. And water represents emotions. So whenever you disturbed emotionally, or you feel upset, this would be, or you stuff your emotions down and then now you feel almost like physically sick. This is a good way to connect with your emotions and release them. Mudra for the water energy is like the womb, or like the seed. You know how everything, they say everything, the life came from water. Life on earth came from water, right? And it's true, in a woman's womb, this is how, you know, life is created. It's in the water, so it's a very creative energy, basic creation and procreation. The mantra is Vam, Vam, Vam. Allow the mantra vibrate in your belly, in your lower belly. And again, you're singing to the water in the whole universe, to the water elements on earth. You're singing to the river, you're singing to the ocean. So really connect with all the water in you and outside of you, that life-giving elements, and sing to it. Vam, vam, vam. Feels very comforting. Moving to the next element. This is a fire element in the universe and in your body. And it represents the energy, or this is the energy of willpower, of active creation. In the body, it connects with the digestion process. Activating this will help you with losing weight, because fire burns fat, right? But also with your willpower and how you assert yourself in this world and how you create and manifest your desires. So I'd like to start with the fire breath, which is short exhales. Just contracting your diaphragm fast. And then we will make the mudra. This is Dhyana prana, which is outward moving prana. And so we propel, we point our middle finger outward, and you connect all of them, all of the other ones. And the mantra is Ram, 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 Ra, Ra, Ram, Ram, Ra. Egyptian god of sun, right? The fire, the sun, Ra. Ram. It's amazing how different cultures co-vibrate in such a powerful ways that single truth, and how you find similarities in completely different cultures of when it comes to describing the basic principles like elements. Beautiful. Okay, from Manipura chakra we're moving to Anahata, the heart center, the connection, the love connection between you and everything else. This is where we co-create on a higher level, right, in heart. Connecting in heart is connecting everything with love. And this is where the connection of opposites become oneness. In your heart chakra, in heart, truly you can understand the entire world with all its diversity and all the dark and light, because in this center we experience the oneness through love. And it's an air element. And here we can sing to the air elements outside of us, and also and inside the air is a pranic body, right? The mantra is Yam, Yam, Yam. Moving up to the space element, Vishuddha chakra, the mudra is creating that open space by opening the hands, and this is a space element. This corresponds to your thinking mind, to your decision making, and also to vocalizing yourself or expressing yourself through your words. The mantra is Hum, hum, hum. Again, seeing to the space, seeing to the open sky, and listen for the echo, listen for the space to sing you back, and it feels amazing. Moving upwards to your third eye, we're going to make a laser with our index fingers, and we'll point it in the middle of your forehead, and actually to the center of your brain. This is where your focus will be. So you can close your eyes and look with your two eyes up in the center of your forehead, and then when you will do the laser, you will be directing it sort of like in the middle of your brain, activating the pineal gland from this point. The mantra for the Ajna center, which is third eye, is Aum, Aum, a very famous mantra, right? You've all heard that one. So pointing, closing your eyes, looking upwards and your forehead and a little bit backwards. Inhale into the center. Inhale with one rapid movement and Aum. Activating your mind and consciousness and subconsciousness. So it's really activating the whole brain. You can go real deep with this one. This one can make you really high. You will feel your brain just shaken up and woken up. So sometimes when it's hard for you to wake up in the morning, forget about the coffee. Just do the Aum right here for about, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes, and you will feel like your brain just opens up and begin listening to you. And again, when you do this meditation, say hi to your brain. Hi! You want your brain to be your best friend and your ally. And then you can create in such an amazing way, because your brain and you will not be fighting against each other. You're not going to be confrontational. If you give your brain good messages and you tell your brain what you want in your life, your brilliant brain will make sure that will happen. It will give you all the right ideas, and it will make the situations and circumstances in such a strange, miraculous way that you'll just be amazed. So make the brain your ally, because it's very difficult to fight with it, because your brain is so powerful. If you give it the wrong messages, it will try to defeat you, and it's not its own fault. It's just because you gave it the wrong messages or negative messages, like, oh, I'll never, oh, I hate being on stage, or I hate doing this work. And then your brain will make sure that you don't do this work, because the job of the brain is to keep you safe, is to give you the most pleasure and move you away from suffering. So if you tell your brain that being popular is suffering because you're so afraid of it, then the brain will make sure you will never be popular for example, or rich. If you tell your brain money is bad and it's evil, your brain will believe you because it's like a child. It believes you, trusts you, and it wants you to do the best here, but you have to give it the right messages. So please befriend your brain through the and through very good communication. So the next level is actually the doorway to your higher self, the Sahasrara chakra. Here we can take the same laser that we use for third eye and put it like a little hat, like making it into antenna, right? That will receive and connect the signals from your higher self. Receive that almost like it's like a radio signals that you can receive from far, far above from your source. And the mantra is I. When you sing that mantra, you will feel a vibration activating the seat of your like higher mind. So here in Ajna it was mind and consciousness. Here it's awareness of everything, awareness of yourself, and awareness of everything around you, the higher awareness of everything, and the higher awareness of who you truly are, not only this body, but this, you know, pranic body, and emotional body, and mental body, and this body of joy. By the way, Sahasrara is connected to the body of joy, the highest vibration in your being. So through this, connecting through this chakra, you will connect to that body of joy. And so let's close our eyes and inhale rapidly into the crown of your head and sing I. And here we're singing to our spirit guides. Around our head is like a halo, and our spirit guides always with us. And you can always ask any question to your spirit guides, and they will always answer because they're so eager to help you. But you have to be aware enough to be able to hear their voices and hear the answers and see the signs. So by connecting to your crown chakra, you are enabling your ability to hear the voices of your guides and also the voice of your higher self. So this is a very, very crucial practice. And the more you practice, of course, the stronger that muscle of connection becomes. It's like going to gym. There's no difference. You cannot be strong just doing it once here with me. You actually need to do it every day for only 10 minutes. That's all you need to do to stay attuned in the line and improve the quality of life tremendously. So the last chakra, and then we're going to extend our hand all the way up. Close our eyes and imagine that you're connecting to the very source where you came from. The antenna that you make on top is like this. You're just extending this antenna. You're making your arms really, really tall. And so in your mind, try to go as high as you can imagine. As high as the primordial Big Bang. As high as the creation, the first moment of creation of the universe. The moment of creation of your soul. The very, very point where you came from. And connect to this point in silence. And then slowly open your hands and opening yourself to the light of higher self, of the source energy to come and wash you clean again and engulf you. And you're like the opening petals of lotus, being born again. Every day you're born a new person, and you're better and more beautiful and more divine and more connected and more aligned. And again, making the mudra of earth and connecting it down, connecting to the earth center, and listening for the echo from the earth. So here we're both connecting to the highest point of our source, and also to the roots. So you're getting not only very spacey, you know, when you don't root yourself, you become very spacey with this meditation, just activating the top chakras. You're going to become really spaced out. You will not be connected to this reality. You will, little by little, you will disconnect. You know, like how some very spiritual people who practice lots of Om, they kind of like a little bit lost because they're not stable, they're not rooted in this reality. And you want to be rooted because you're born here to experience this reality, to create here. And to create here successfully, you need to be connected to earth. That's why it's so important to start with earth and finish with the highest self, and address all the centers of yourself. Because if one is off or one is blocked, is similar to, you know, your heart is good but your lungs are not so good, and now you're still suffering, now you're still imbalanced. So this meditation will create a balance and allowing the source energy to flow freely through you, as well as earth energy flowing freely through you. So you can create from the source, but create here on earth. And that's how is all, whatever you want can be created, including wealth, whatever things you want to possess, whatever things you want to accomplish in your life. You need to have both. People who just connected to the earth and just on the survival that's based on fear, then they're not happy. And people who really spacey, they're also not happy because they can create in their mind, but they cannot manifest anything in this solid reality, in this material world. So we want both. And this meditation addresses both. So coming back to the earth, and then I also always says, as above, so below. The ancient Hermetic principle, that is true. As above, so below. As we create in our mind, as our soul purpose is, so that is, shall be created here. And as within, so without. As in our mind, so that we create. We need to make sure our mind is clean and clear and focused. And what we want. As within, so without. As within our heart, so we manifest. And so if something's off in your circumstance and your reality, you really need to look inside and ask yourself, how did I create that? What's my motivations, or what is my beliefs in my heart, in my mind? And then as within, so without, in your body too. Right? The intelligence of your body, you need to listen to that as well, as the first and second chakra. Darkness and light unite in the heart and create a beautiful child. That is you in the second chakra. And let's remember how we were created again one more time. From the source we came, with our awareness, with a very subtle mind and consciousness, we exist. And then we became a very subtle vibration in space. And when that vibration touched the elements, it became the song of love and passion and desire on the second chakra. And here we are in physical body with our earth mudra, right? Muladhara chakra. And so Hello, brothers and sisters. We came from the same source, and now look at us. We have so many different ways to express ourselves, and so many different looks, and so many different dreams. And it's amazing how that energy just created such a variety of amazing things here and so many experiences. So let's embrace our greatness and let's remember our purpose, because this is truly the way to stay fulfilled and happy in such a deep, profound level that we become unshakable and we always win in life. We win because we act on the highest good of ourselves and also others, so other people win as well. And so one more thing I want to tell you: when you practice this meditation, you raise vibration, not only yourself, but everyone around you. Everyone who will come in contact with you will feel uplifted, will feel more inspired, will feel lighter, and hopefully also will align with their soul purpose. So by practicing this meditation, not only you're making your life better, but you're changing and making the life of the entire planet Earth better. And again, I am very grateful for you to do this. Namaste.